What's going on, YouTube? I got about 45 minutes or so, or 30 minutes, I don't know, something like that before I can start driving again. I've been wanting to do this video, and I tried last week. Couldn't get it right. Talking about CBs, and do you need it out here on the road? I saw a Reddit post asking that question the other day, or last night, I think. Is a question I had when I first started, so I figured I'd give my insight on that. Update on where I am. I'm in Benton, Arkansas, at a truck inspection station that is not functioning. That's in front of me. It's Interstate 30 over there. That's where I shut down for the night, since there wasn't any parking at any of the truck stops. I was going to try one a couple miles down the road, but I saw this and saw that there weren't a whole lot of trucks here, and jumped in here because I was tired. I was up all day and driving a lot of the night. But I'm headed to Dallas for a 6:30 appointment today. I'll probably get there at 3 or 4. So, that'll be good, I guess. But CBs, I don't think it's necessary to have one out here. You can survive without it. Some shippers or receivers will communicate with you by the CB. But usually, if that's how they communicate with you, you can have them call you or just walk back and forth to see if your load's ready or whatever. So it could be a little inconvenient if they don't call you, but there's ways around not having the CB in those places. But basically, it's not the old days. It's not the 70s and 80s. It's not Convoy out here. The days of everybody talking and having CB handles and all that. I haven't found that to be the case at all. Most of the talking you hear out here is Obama sucks, Obamacare, this and that. People selling DVDs, lot lizards, advertising. Sometimes you'll hear a smaller truck stop advertising specials that they're having, their fuel prices or the restaurant specials. Sometimes you'll get down the road and hear a couple people talking, having a conversation. But really 98% of what you hear on the CB is all nonsense. It's all tuned out BS, which a lot of times makes me not even want to have this thing. The one I do have one, is, let me see if I can get it on there for you. Yeah, Cobra 29 LXLE, something like that. The reason I bought that one was because the faceplate, or the face, changes colors. Orange, red, green, and blue, if I remember right. That's honestly the reason I bought that one. I think it was maybe 125, 130 truck stops. You can probably find it cheaper on Amazon, or online, wherever. But yeah, that's one I got. Not high powered or anything, pretty much basic. I already had the hookups, so I just plugged it in. Didn't do any fine tuning. I looked at the manual to kind of figure out what the knobs were. I still don't really understand most of them, but I understand what'll let me hear more. What to turn up and down to get more range and all that. I'm not going to talk about specs or anything, because I don't know. I could probably get better range if I did something with antennas, tweaked it, went to a CB shop and all that, but I don't really see the need for it. Like I said, it's not big conversations and all that stuff out here. It's not, was it Rubber Ducky and Convoy, fighting the man. It's not all that. But where it is useful, and when it is useful, it is very, very, very helpful to have. You can be alerted to accidents, road closures, detours, bad weather, high winds, all that kind of stuff you can hear over the CB. Examples, snowstorms back a couple months ago when it was really bad, going down the road, and you could ask, anybody coming from 71 south or whatever, and somebody coming up that way tell you, yeah, one lane's clear, one lane's horrible, or it's really icy, or whatever. Slow moving traffic, there's an accident on the right lane, on whatever northbound, so that, one, you need to slow down because you're coming up on it, because they'll give you the mile marker, and two, you'll know what lane you need to be in, and that is really helpful. You should be paying attention at all times, but sometimes, going around a curve or over a hill, you don't really have the warning if everybody stopped in front of you, and if you're going 60 miles an hour, pulling 80,000 pounds of freight, obviously stopping isn't the easiest, so the more warning you have, the better. And if you know what lane you can be in that's going to be moving faster, if the accident's in the left lane, you can know to get in the right lane, or vice versa. Doesn't affect me much, but cops, not always. I think a lot of it's depending on where you are and who's out on the road. People will, tell you what mile marker a cop's sitting in the highway, a bear. Because I don't speed, I don't really have to worry about it, because I can't speed. But for people with faster trucks, if you're hauling down the road 70 in a 55, and you hear that there's a cop a mile ahead of you, you can slow it down. Stuff like that. If you didn't have it, you could still be functioning and be alright, but having it is a lifesaver. It can be a lifesaver. You're coming up on really bad construction, and there's somebody local that's around that can tell you, get off at exit 39, go north, whatever, to a state highway for a couple miles, and you can get around the whole thing. That can save you time. Time saves you money. Makes you money, whatever. So while it's not necessary, while you can survive without a CB, my opinion is get one if you can. I wouldn't say you got to go break the bank right away, but it's handy. And like I said, I don't have a high-powered one, nothing special about it really. Excuse me. But it's a good tool. It just sucks for the 99% of the time where there's nothing going on, and you have it up to hear something, and all you hear is dumb, ignorant nonsense, rednecks running their mouth. I've heard funny stories. I was at a Petro. No, I wasn't at the Petro, but I was in range of the Petro. I was at some smaller place down the road. And apparently there's some guy talking shit to everybody, and somebody pushed him down in the fuel islands. He got all mad, and he said he was going to wait on the on-ramp and run the guy off the road or whatever. Like, it was early in the morning, and these old guys were just ready to fight each other. That was funny. But yeah, usually it's stupid nonsense, not good, funny fight talk. And then there's a lot of people, for whatever reason, decide they want to play music, which either you can't hear it or the music they're playing sucks. And I mean, I'm trying to drive down the road, listen to my, Stern or my music, whatever I'm trying to do, and you're playing some crap. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, having the CB, you'll have to filter some stuff out. A lot of drivers will have them and only turn it on in bad weather and stuff like that. I always keep mine on until some fool is being loud and annoying. Then I'll turn it down for a couple miles and then back up. It's however you want to do it. But it's handy to have, really. So you never know when there's going to be an accident or anything. I'm sitting here. I can't get it in the screen, but back behind me on this on-ramp, like right when I got up and pulled the curtain down and was sitting here, I looked in the mirror and just saw a huge cloud of smoke. And there's a pickup truck, like one of the higher powered pickup trucks, pulling a like Bobcat or something. And I don't know what happened with it, but there was smoke. It was like a NASCAR wreck. If you guys ever see those highlights or watch racing or whatever. Huge cloud of smoke covered both lanes of the highway. You never know when something like that's going to happen, and somebody could shout out, "Hey, at mile marker 112, there's right lane, there's a guy smoking," or whatever. Plenty of reasons to have it, but there's also a lot of reasons to turn it down. So that's my opinion on it. Get one if you can. Put food on your table, take care of your family and all that first. But at some point, I would definitely recommend it. So that's that video. I don't know what time it is, but I'm probably getting close to being ready to hit the road here. I'll try to post this probably when I get stopped later in Dallas. But yeah, that's what I got for y'all. Hopefully you survive the tornadoes. And I heard on the CB that Florida is getting hit really hard with a bunch of storms and hail and tornadoes and all that. So hopefully y'all are alright. But yeah, that's that. I don't really have anything else to say. I'll sit back here and be ready for this 5 hours and 37 minutes, probably closer to 6 hours of driving. So, y'all be good, be safe, and all that good stuff. So, later.